My opinion on sexuality and sexual preference. I will say it in Igbo language. Let everybody do who they want to do and be done the way they want to do, but don't bring it close to me.
Hello. Guys, can you hear me? Okay, welcome to an amazing episode of 360 Talk with Zor. I am Zor-Akekue, and today I have two amazing people on this particular episode with me. I have Kalada Bakolo and I have Sisi Buma. The almighty Sisi Buma. I told you guys, the people I'm bringing for you people, especially for this very first episode of season 3, they are premium people. So get ready, don't go anywhere. I'm drinking Boba tea from Nikki Bear Cafe. I'm wearing Austin Apparel, and Artful Media is my producer. So let's go into the conversation. Before we go into the conversation, so from my first and second season, some persons or some of my followers that are watching us send us questions. Okay. So I want us to just answer those questions before we move into the conversation. Okay, so that you not say I set you up.
Exactly, shuffle it.
So that you will not say I set you up. Exactly. Let me start with Boma.
Ladies first.
They say ladies first.
Exactly.
Mm.
So I should read.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your opinion about sexuality or sexual preferences?
Okay.
That was a very setup. My opinion on sexuality and sexual preference. I will say it in Igbo language. Let everybody do who they want to do and be done the way they want to do, but don't bring it close to me. It's not a byforcement of a something. It's not a byforcement. The thing is, this conversation I think is overflogged. Okay. It's all over the place right now, and everybody's wanting to talk about. We want to force this sexuality or sexual preference, but there's a reason why it's called preference. It's what I want to do. This is what I mean. Are we not saying my body, my choice anymore? Now. It's also your genitals, your choice. Clicks.
Your genitals, your choice.
Exactly.
Madam and Steve. Kalada, what's your opinion on this?
I think I share Sisi Boma's opinion on this. There's just a preference. The word preference is being used. So it's your choice. Albeit, if I want to look at it from a religious or a cultural perspective, then of course we know that there is a traditional way of doing things, right? So it's man and woman, or man with woman, or man to woman, whichever preposition you want to use for that. But like you said, your choice. We're not bringing any. I don't want no Gabriel. Okay, sorry. Let's leave it there.
You wanted to shoot shots and fire shots at people. You are finding problems.
Kalada, so it's your turn.
All right.
So
let's see. My house is missing. Oh, simple. What are the things you look out for in a partner? Wow. That's a tricky question. Because for me, yes, it is.
Why?
Over the years,
let's hear him. Why is tricky?
I'll tell you.
Straightforward.
I'll tell you. For you, it's straightforward. But I think over the years, what I've looked out for in a partner changed. So
as you're evolving or something
like that. So that's why sometimes you're like, but no, this is something I
used to like before.
Take before, or I would like before, but it changed. For me right now, what I am looking out for in a woman is someone who will give me peace of mind, like that.
This
like
peace of mind.
No, I'm being serious.
Do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with peace of mind.
It's the way they say it.
The way men are singing this peace of mind. You have peace of mind before you went into the relationship before.
No, Sisi Boma, even for a woman, peace of mind.
It's important for everybody.
So you know how you can be friends with someone, you guys are going out on dates, you're chiking, you're with the lady, and then the madness never shows. Like the grace, you never see him, and then 1 month into a proper relationship, like you guys,
you start to see schizophrenia.
Like, wait, I didn't see that.
You start to see some bipolar traits.
But I'm being serious, and because we don't take mental health so seriously.
Yeah, in this part of the
A
world.
lot of people, like you said, not just women, even guys who have these bipolar traits and mental issues that they blow hot now, they blow cold tomorrow. And then sometimes you think, and there's a lot of manipulative relationships these days. So
Manipulative relationship is a lot.
You're lying down on your bed at night and you're thinking, oh, was it really my fault?
Oh,
Maybe it was my fault.
That's narcissism.
I would do better.
They go make you believe, say,
now you. The
white is
problem
black
now
and
you.
black is white.
So, see, peace of mind can never be
Over-emphasized,
because now, as you are in a relationship, for instance, and you're with this person, and black is black, like you said. There's transparency, there's honesty, there's truth, and she's hardworking. You're hardworking. You've got goals. It may not be the same goals, but I mean, you guys are working to build a life where and that's what I look out for. I don't look out for black or fair or tall or short,
fat or slim.
like I said, these things change over time. We get to a certain age and you realize that all of these things don't really matter.
At a point, they're respectless now.
So I would go personal now, and you may know what I want to say. Why you?
Best friend goes.
Okay, so when she talked about spec, I would date the last 3 relationships I was in. They were fair ladies, right?
Okay.
Fair, slim. Well, like I said, she would know. There's let's leave it at that. There's a change.
There is a change.
There's-
Inspecting.
I'm stopping myself from. God, Christine, they call self-control that I'm expressing now. I'm stopping. I know it's here. You don't want to say it. Can I say it?
No,
Please now.
privacy.
You want to
If
say
you're hungry,
I think we should respect his privacy.
Privacy.
it's okay.
Let's leave it like
Is
that.
that all we're
No
saying?
problem. Okay, so Baba, you're the next person.
Okay. Would you subscribe to a 50-50 split in marriage or relationships, and why? 50-50 split. There's a kind of maturity I operate with in my relationships. This is not a topic of discussion.
Okay.
It's not. It's the same way I say when somebody asks me. I cannot even be with a man that will ask me, what do you bring to the table? There's a certain level you operate as a person.
Okay.
There are certain things that will not
That some
apply to
questions
you.
can never come up.
It will never apply to me. It will never. Because what if I don't want to do 50-50? What if there are days when I will carry this thing myself 100%? What if there are days when the man will also carry 100%? What if there are days when it's not even 50-50 as a chore or as a conversation that people are having out there? It's just because, hey babe, let's do it this way. This is what works for us in this moment in time. Let's split this particular expense.
Oh, let me handle it.
Just let me handle it. Or you can handle this. There's a
Yeah.
certain level of maturity you get to. I'm not discussing 50-50. And that is the kind of man that I want for myself, or that I go for, that I have. I'm not 50-50, Bowies.
That you
It's
have. Kalada, I heard that too.
50-50. Yeah. That's it. I can't be here doing 50. Nah.
50-50.
I feel like that's, like I said, it's irrelevant to me.
I think, just like you said, I think it comes up when any of the party is not, I want to use the right word. I'm lacking the right word now. When one of the party is not living up to expectation, or you don't trust the capacity of that person.
Exactly.
So I don't even think anybody should be in a relationship with someone.
I mean, if I'm in a relationship where the ingredients that make up a healthy relationship are there, there will not be any need for us to be having this banter.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, very
you have to have a healthy relationship first. So these conversations,
I don't think it's unhealthy relationship that stuff like this come in.
Thank you.
So what's your opinion, Kalada?
I think we are in a generation where data is everything.
Okay.
So I'm going to use football for instance.
Okay.
So once upon a time we watched football for the flair, for the skills, the dribbles. You could be a good dribbler and only match, and it's fine. It's entertaining. Right now, it doesn't matter whether you can dribble or just score the goal and win the match, because it's about who won the league or who won the Champions League. And it's the same thing for almost every business now. Data, they tell you data is now the new gold. So in content, in everything you do, they want to get data. And so relationships these days are not necessarily as natural as it used to be. So everybody wants to calculate. Everybody is calculating, and that's why there are a lot of manipulative relationships. So like you said, you get to a level of maturity where some of these questions are not necessary. If you love someone, whether a man or a woman, you would want to do things to ensure that the person is happy.
Bam!
That's true.
If
If you love someone, be it a man or a woman, you would definitely want to do what makes the person happy.
Yeah. And I was telling someone the other day, love has two sides. There is the love as a feeling, and there is love as an action. So
this thing, no, I got one problem.
So love as a feeling would, have its moments, and then fades, come back. But you see, action is what we do together, right? So when you love someone, you do.
When you love someone, you will do.
So, like you said, asking what do I bring to the table? It's and you see, I always encourage people to know the people they date.
Okay.
Because if you know someone, oh, this person doesn't like this thing, oh, this person likes this thing, you would already know what to bring to the table before being asked what are you bringing to the table, whether as a man or
that's true.
And secondly, everybody is now talking about red flags. So yet again, we're going back to the data. Oh, let's calculate. Is she a good person? Is she a bad person? Forgetting that each and every human being has got weaknesses. So not every. I think I saw something on Instagram the other day. Not every weakness is a red flag.
Right on, Pastor.
Oh, deep. We're human beings. So yet again, if you understand your partner, you know what. That's why it's called a partnership. You will know where to compliment from.
Thank you.
If you understand your partner, you will know where to compliment.
You see, when you don't they talk, they do that in hand like this. You know that wisdom is flowing from the dreadlocks.
For me, I tell you from the beginning, you get one, you don't pass to the preach.
Yes.
You get rain when enter.
I don't ever shout hallelujah here.
The bread is not for fancy.
It's something
yes,
now.
Yes.
Oh wow! Now I'm getting it.
But as I was saying, right, if it's called a partnership for a reason.
Yeah.
The way Sisi Boma and I relate is definitely not the way she will relate with you.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
We're two different people,
yeah,
and we complement her
differently.
So you asking, see how this other relationship? No, you look at your partner, understand your partner, and complement. So what we try to
look at your partner, understand your partner, and complement. Hey, they enter.
And I'll also add this, right? It's a lot of relationship these days are transactional. That's why we're talking 50-50.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Bring your own, I bring my own. This thing a business we here they do. People are out here dating and marrying people that they don't like. They are dating people and marrying people for aesthetics. They are dating and marrying
aesthetics.
For aesthetics.
That one is
it goes back
for aesthetics.
Data stuff, and everybody's being calculated. Oh, me and this girl.
Now let me give an experience, a personal experience that some time ago, many years ago, I met this person, was interested in me, right? And I wasn't feeling him, but I said no, I'm not interested, right? And then he wanted to get married immediately. It was like the hot and for body. And this thing I'm telling you has happened with more than one person that I have seen. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't work out. Even the small friendship where we've been get before, work out. And I'm not upset, right?
That's in me. Do I know this person?
No, you don't. So what happens is, shortly after this person gets married, I'm like, congratulations, I'm happy for you, genuinely happy. God in heaven knows, I was very happy for this person. But I now noticed that
Mama, sorry,
this person,
sorry.
yeah.
This one, you were genuinely happy for someone you were dating, getting married.
No, I
okay, you
wasn't-
guys
I
were
wasn't-
not dating
yes,
yet.
no.
Okay.
He was proposing and I declined.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then I'm now noticing when I try to look at the person that they're getting married to, the person looks so much like me.
Like you. Wow.
So much like me. Like on different levels. And I've said this, it's happened with more than one person around me.
Wow.
Right? And I've seen this happen. And then I read a particular book and it makes me to understand that. So some people are getting married with a particular idea of how they want their partner to look like.
To look like.
So it wasn't about, and that was why even when I rejected this person, he was still proposing marriage because I fit
Into
the
the
magazine
picture.
life. And that time I was very slender. So even when I added weight, the person came back later to me and said, "What's this? What did you do to yourself?"
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So-
So yeah,
I
okay.
was gonna say there are people like that, but I know a friend who is married, right? Sorry, a friend who knows someone who is married, and the guy keeps sitting on her and like, "Calm down, you know, you're just like my wife.
Yes.
You're just my life." So
Yes.
one day they're at this party, and then the wife is there, and then he comes to this lady, "You see my wife? I told you you're just like." And
Exactly.
that's why.
Exactly.
That's why I like you, because you're just like my wife.
Exactly. So they have an idea of the person that they want to be, what the person should look like. Skin tone, body shape, height, whatever. So unfortunately, people are treating relationships or marriages like a checklist. You're like,
Wow.
okay,
Okay.
oh yeah.
But can we totally debunk the fact that that's expedient? I mean, if this is someone you want to spend a lifetime with, are there not some stuffs you're supposed to look out for and like make sure it's there?
I mean, physically.
Physically, spiritually, mentally, I think in all ramifications.
Okay, so physically, these things fade.
Yes.
Woman just told you, and I know
Okay.
when you're listening. I still have the picture.
Okay. Okay, can I say physically this thing fades?
No. Honestly, it does, because look at it this way. Look at it. Not to cut you, but now when those things that you like about the person physically is no longer there, then what?
That's
If you like my legs, what if I have an accident tomorrow and I lose my legs? Then that means the car that hit my leg just crushed our marriage or our relationship, like that. So if you like my nails, if you like my lip, accidents happen, and whatever physical features that you once admire may not be there. Also, if accidents don't happen, what about age? What about what happens when a woman gives birth and the body is no longer the way it used to be? So then you have to look for something that is not physical to love. That is where the real love
look
lies.
for something that is not physical to love. The Rema they drop.
So to add that, I think for everything, you have to be flexible, right?
Exactly.
So even spiritually, you have to be flexible, because you could be at this spiritual, you know how they say you don't know it all spiritually. So you could be at this point of epiphany, and then tomorrow spiritually you discover something else and you're growing, and then you realize that where you were was never enough. And so you have to be flexible. So spiritually you grow together, and that's why there is the saying, grow together. So you grow physically, spiritually, financially, very important there. And that's what makes a relationship fake. So you say, "No, I like this thing, like this," but things evolve. There is nothing that is static in life. Life is a continuous motion, so to say. And so you have to understand that and be flexible. Flexibility is very important, because you could know me today as an extrovert, but something could happen to
Grow
me
into being
and
an
become an
introvert
introverted person.
person.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
I'm drinking boba tea from Nikibe Cafe. I'm wearing Austin Apparel, and Artful Media is my producer. So let's go into the conversation. So Kalada, what is your opinion about, or what's your take on boundaries in relationship? And when I mean relationship, I mean in all ramification, all round relationship, with friends, with a love partner, with family, with siblings, at work. What's your take on boundaries?
Wow, where do I start from? So when I'm outside, I am an extroverted person. But once I'm close to my house, I become introverted. And a lot of people don't understand this, because what they know is the extroverted person.
Part of you.
Always.
Are you really an extrovert?
I
Inside the house, yes.
No, I mean outside.
Yes,
Outside.
I'm an extroverted.
Outside.
Yes,
Are you really?
I'm everybody's guy when I'm outside.
Yes.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
I'm looking at her because I think she knows you better.
No,
Yes.
but seriously, I'm
Yes.
I'm the one person who ensures that everybody's
I know
fine.
you're a good person, but
And it can be exhausted,
Okay.
right? And so when I go home, sometimes I just want to sleep
Yeah,
and think
rest.
about life. Sometimes cry, sometimes imagine. And then a lot of people don't understand these things because what they know is
the extroverted
the
you
extroverted
outside.
person. And secondly, a lot of people are all about themselves. They are in that friendship for how you make them feel.
Feel.
They're in that friendship for what they can learn from you or what they can get from you if you're a rich person, or if you're the one person whose love language is active service. They want you around so you can give that active service every now and then. So people in that situation fail to understand boundaries. But for me, I think in every kind of relationship, whether father son or parent child, whether it's in a romantic relationship or just friends, you should be able to understand boundaries. I don't blame people because sometimes we get so familiar with the thing or with the person that we forget sometimes that this person needs space at times,
or need their time.
or I can I'm very familiar with women, right? But there's something that happened one time that she had to call my attention to, and I understood it wasn't something that would have cost a beat for.
What it be that?
For a year later. But the point is, it was a wake-up call for me because I was too familiar.
Yeah.
We were friends to the point, we're more than friends to the point that, there's certain things that we know that, okay, I can just go into her room or she can just, I don't know if you get
Yeah.
But you see, there was a point where that conversation had to
Call
wake
me.
me up and, tell me, oh, yes, you can do all of these things, but there is a boundary. There is a limit to how much. And it's the same thing, most especially for a romantic relationship. A lot of people think, because you and I have become one, doesn't mean I will lose my individuality.
Because we've become one doesn't mean I will lose my individuality.
It doesn't mean I'll lose my individuality because my individuality is what attracted you to me
In the first place.
So if you are tapping and I am not refilling, you're not giving me space to refill. I mean, if you're breathing in and you're not breathing out, you probably will suffocate or something. So that is where boundary comes in, even amongst siblings. And when we say boundaries could be financial. I don't have to give you my money every time, no matter whether we're related by blood or not. I don't have to be at your wedding. Yeah,
I'm big on that one.
Let's allow him to finish. You don't have to be.
no, see, I'm saying there are boundaries.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, because we are familiar does not mean I could be going through stuff that you don't know about.
That's true. Very, very
Going
true.
through stuff you don't know about. But it doesn't make me love you less. So I think I lost a friendship. I mean, we're very close childhood friends. Would I say from teenage age, and we're good. And then she was getting married. But I was broke. I was a broke media personality at the time. I'm not like that. Not to marry.
I wanted to yab you.
No, go ahead. But and I had to travel. I had to buy uniform. I was like, see, if I had done all of that to please someone, and then struggle with debt for the next, I had to go. I had to go in line at that point. And so people should understand these things that me asking for boundaries, me saying you and I cannot go this far, me saying you and I cannot do this. For instance, I don't like clubbing anymore. So if you call me and say let's go clubbing, I'll tell you no, it doesn't make me
love you less.
Right? We could hang out, we could go have drinks, we could some fancy restaurant or some fancy sit out spots. But I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah. You're making a lot of sense.
Love you less, but people should understand. And sometimes because people are afraid to hurt, friends, necessarily tell them the
These
boundaries
stuff, yeah.
that they have. So you have the responsibility to look at this
And
person
decode it.
and understand. Oh, okay, this person, hangouts time. I need to rest.
Free and free the
Like
person.
on Saturdays, I shut down. And I guess people know now that on Saturdays I shut down. Because after working tirelessly through Saturdays, mine all the rest of the day, I work on Sundays also.
So, Buma, what's your take on it?
My take on
Boundaries in
boundaries.
in relationship.
I would want to rephrase and say healthy boundaries, right? That is because what informs healthy boundaries will now be balance.
Okay.
Balance, whether it's whatever ship you find yourself, friendship, relationship, as in dating,
Love relationship.
yes, marriage, as another relationship, work
Family.
relationship, family relationship, whatever ship you find yourself, there should be healthy boundaries. I'll take it bit by bit, just like he said. If you want to talk about financial boundaries, your parents don't necessarily need to know how much you earn.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, your parents don't necessarily have to.
What of parents that want to know?
They don't have to, so you don't have
So
to
so
tell them.
so how
This is
so
this
how
is
do
the
you
challenge.
handle
this
that?
is the challenge when your parents know how much you earn. By the end of the month, they have split that money for you.
Yeah, but
including that. Yes.
my issue now is, let me take for example, you're like me that had I lost my dad when I was in JSS2, and I have a mother who have been sponsoring you maybe throughout school and blah blah blah, and some women can be women,
Yeah.
and they want to know stuff like that. How do you handle such situations?
Well, this is how it is. You see, what you allow will continue.
That's true.
So, you have to show. The thing with parents is you show a certain level of maturity and independence, and they will let you have it.
Okay.
It does not come easily. I will tell you that for a fact. It does not come easily. But your parents do not necessarily have to know whether or not you are the one that is providing or making your own contributions to the family. This is what I think. I think as long as you are aware of your responsibilities to your family, you want to do things for them, whether it is monthly, whether it is whenever you can, because I feel like when it comes to how much you earn, there's a certain level, the same way you would not want just anybody to know how much you earn.
Yeah.
You don't go throw around your paycheck all over the place for people to know how much you earn. So there is some certain level of privacy that should come with that. You understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to relationship, like love relationship, marriage or whatever, it is tricky now there.
Okay.
Because when a man marries, or when a woman marries a man, then it now becomes two become one, right? And so you have to share responsibilities and all that. So it is now reasonable for you to share the information of your finances with
your
your
partner. Yeah.
And then because at that time you people have responsibilities to take care of together.
Yeah.
You understand? And it depends on what you share. Because if I do not know how much you earn, then how do I know if maybe the responsibility that you have to carry in the family is something that you can carry? Okay. Do you understand? So what if I tell you that your responsibility is to pay the children's school fees, whereas you're not able, your salary cannot carry that? Whether it's the woman or the man. Whether it's the woman or the man. So we need to know how much we both bring in, so that we can know how we can, handle our resources together. But you don't necessarily have to tell your boyfriend or your girlfriend how much you earn. When you have transcended into marriage, more information, you are now privy to more information. But when you are dating, you don't necessily need to. I said
some girls can
necessarily.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily, I agree. But sorry, not to call you short. But let's go back to the marriage. Even though I share the information with you, there's still a boundary. You're not necessarily entitled to everything I earn.
Every penny.
Or entitled to high spending.
No, you may be a little bit entitled. I provide food for the house, for instance. I pay the electricity bill. And, so you're entitled to
those things.
Those responsibilities.
I will buy you gifts. Even if my wife is working and she's earning more than me, I still would want to give pocket money because I'm a traditional Ijaw man, so to say. I will give you pocket money. So those are the things But for instance, I'm saving up money for something, and then you like, that money, I there's some,
Yeah.
so you're not entirely, how much I earn, what my financial capacity is or ability is, but you're not necessarily entitled to everything, because I know couples who have got arguments based off the fact that they believe that they're entitled to their partners every penny. I'm not particular about gender now. Every penny. Why? Because two have gone on. So I needed to draw attention.
Yes,
to that.
of course.
So-
I agree with that stand.
So
of course.
so these two have become one. You've said it. She has said it. When these two have become one, there is this very dicey conversation about a joint account. Are you in support of it?
Yeah. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. If a joint account helps you in managing finances, if we want to set up a joint account for children's education, we want to set up a joint account for future investments. If we want to set up, it depends on what you want to do with it. But then where those things start to bring up a lot of drama is when you are with somebody that you don't trust. And why are you there now?
Yeah.
Why are you there? Pack our baggages come outside, because there's no sense in being in a marriage with somebody that you cannot trust with your finances. That person is half of your life.
That's true.
Do you understand what we are
That's
saying
true.
here? That person is half of your life. So are you in a relationship where you feel like you have to hide this, you have to hide that? That's why I keep be with somebody that you love.
So let's go back to weaknesses now. So what if I am a very poor spender, or should I say an impulsive spender, right? You don't want to entrust your money with me, whether as a friend, whether as your spouse, whether as your So it's the same thing in a relationship. You want to yet again understand your partner, so that you are not giving them a responsibility they can't handle, they don't have the capacity to handle, right? Secondly, I would not necessarily, in this time and age we find ourselves, I would not advise people to go into joint accounts.
Okay.
Now, like she said, whatever works for you. But I would not advise, given the fact that one, we've got the divorce rates, going up, going higher and higher. These days we don't have people who are grounded, so to say, because now everybody is looking at the glamour. Everybody wants to live a particular kind of life. I don't know if it's because of social media, but there's this particular kind of life people want to live. And so when there is a very minor issue, people leave marriages, irrespective of whatever they're going to lose or whatever is going to be damaged. So you don't want to, in this time, because it may not be your fault. Sometimes you want to make the marriage or the relationship work, but the other person is like, I'm done and I'm out. How do they say that? Yeah. So you want to be careful, because you might lose.
Here's what I'll add to that. What did you do when you were dating?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What did you do when you were dating? Because that is when you also see some of the first signs of this person's financial strength, capabilities, or their spending habits, or how you can actually.
But dating these days, some people can actually hide their real identity.
Of course.
For years.
This is where wisdom comes, because wisdom is the principal thing. So here's what I'm going to do even while I'm dating. Some people may think it's crazy, but I feel like when I've gotten to a certain level in a relationship, when I feel like I and this person could actually make it into marriage, when we have gotten to that, we know when we get to that point with someone. So when we're at that point where we're almost going to get married, I am going to propose that joint account first of all.
Okay.
Or we don't have to open a joint account per se, but I mean a lot of us have more than one account these days. So either my account or your account, let's use it and put money together. Let me test and see.
Okay.
If we can put 5k together monthly, if we can put 10k together monthly, if you want us to even that box that colo box, let's put it. Let's have something that we're saving towards. At that particular time when we are dating, I am testing your ability to stay within that whatever we want to achieve with that money. So in that period, if you go and touch that colo money, or because we kept the money in your account, you go and spend it off, or we kept it in my account, but you keep coming back to come and collect the money that we have been saving. That early on, it lets me know that I cannot open a joint account with this person. So what you are doing during dating is going through processes that helps you to better understand this person that you want to do forever with. Because after now, when I say I do finish, then what next? The reality sets in. That is when the real work starts. So you have to borrow the knowledge that you have gathered during your dating season to handle. That is when you will now know whether at this point self can I even enjoy this person when he press toothpaste in the middle. So my question to a lot of people is, what are you doing when you are dating? Are you just going out for ice cream and looking good on the Instagrams and peppering your enemies? Or are you taking time to understand and know what you can or cannot do or tolerate with this person?
That's
Okay,
true.
so
True.
I'm gonna quickly say, if you want to have a joint account for a particular goal, let's say you want to go for your children's future, school fees and all, open a separate account for those children.
That's
If you
true.
want, but I would not advise once again because of how so many bipolar people in the world out there. Be careful, just be careful, because we've seen a lot of people who entrusted their partners with money, and they not only ran, they can't run.
Oh yes,
So
amen.
let's be careful.
Oh, guys, I told you from the beginning that my first guest for this very season are premium people, and you've seen it for yourself. I don't need to tell you. Thank you for staying to this time. Thank you so much, Kalada, for coming. Buma, thank you. I'm so grateful. Like, you guys are very busy people, but you still make our time to come and share in your wealth of knowledge here. I'm super grateful. So don't forget to follow us on our social media platform at 360 Talk with Zor, and on YouTube, Zor-Akekue. Until next time, always remember to take a deep breath and be in the moment. Bye. I'm drinking boba tea from Nikibe Cafe. I'm wearing Austin Apparel, and Artful Media is my producer.